Hey there folks, so we have a ZD source created for this little guy here, this little warrior, and inside of that we have a whole bunch of different animation sequences, each of them all now linked to that ZD source. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create the third element of our PaperZD content, which is the animation blueprint. So I'm right clicking here in my content browser, going to PaperZD and PaperZD AnimBP, and you'll notice just like if I was to create an animation blueprint for a 3D character, it will say, what skeleton would I like to use? Well, in this case, it's asking me which ZD source would I like to use. Now I only have one, the ZD source warrior, but obviously you could imagine that if you had lots of characters and lots of ZD sources, you could create an animation blueprint for each one of those. If you have logic and you think about your animation blueprint as kind of generic logic that all enemies might be able to do in terms of their movement, so maybe they can all use idle, they can all walk, they can all use attack, then this might be a case for where you have one ZD source and have all of the animations in there, and you change what those animations are going to be dependent on obviously which one of those characters you're using. But I'm going to start here with this ZD source and we'll call this ABP, and I'll put ZD at the end of it. So it's still like the normal animation blueprint prefix, but we'll put the ZD element on. I'll call it warrior. And when I open this up, you're going to see it's very familiar to things that you've probably already used before if you've made an animation blueprint. So the first thing is we've got the two tabs at the top, the event graph and the anim graph. And the anim graph, again, very similar to the normal animation blueprint graphs, except that this one has this big ZD element, and we're basically outputting an animation element here. Now this is going to be a little bit different to 3D because we're not basically combining together and blending together poses. We're still going to have one final determined output pose that's going to go into here, but we're going to make much harder kind of decisions as we go through. The event graph is obviously going to be getting the data that we need in order to determine, should we be running a hit react, should we be doing our attack, should we be idle or walking or jumping, and so on. So what I'm going to do in my anim graph is I'm going to start off by creating a state machine. So we can add a new state machine in here, and I'm going to go with this one just being locomotion. And this is going to be where things like my idle, walk and run and so on are going to be contained. I'm going to plug this in, and then inside of there I can now start adding my own states. Now I'm only going to add the one for now, and we're going to get this just set up, basically determining whether we should do one thing or another requires us to have data to check against. So to be able to go from idle to run, I probably need to communicate with my character and find out things like their movement speed. Well, I need a character to be able to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up so we can attach it to our character once our character is built, and then we can start coming back in a future video and adding in all these additional states and adding in the detail. We'll keep on returning to this as new concepts, new ideas are added in. So to get started, I'm just going to drag off of here and we can add in a new state. That state, I'm going to give it a name. So I'm just going to pop back in here, and I'm going to call this one idle. Now, if I pop into there, you'll see it's very similar to what we just started with the anim graph, but this time it's looking for an output animation. I could do some decisions in here. I could do some options with booleans and changing whether it's one or the other. Again, maybe if I've got lots of different enemy types, I could say, what type of enemy are you? Are you a skeleton or a goblin or a ghoul? And I could use an enum to switch between them. But for now, what we're just going to do is we're going to look for our play, and we're going to play our idle animation. It's probably easier for me to just search for idle in this case. And there you go, play my AS_warrior idle. Where is that coming from? Well, if we look in our source, you can see AS_warrior idle. So it's basically looking at this animation sequence, and we're using that for our play. Now, this animation blueprint one here, we don't have the preview. We don't have the ability to be able to kind of see this as it's working. So this is why we're going to set up just the one for now, and we're going to go set up our character after and come back, because then we can use our character as the preview. We can come back and test it in the world to see whether that is running. But for now, this is obviously allowing us to say, when we start with this anim graph, this is what we're going to use, and this is the end state. So it comes into here, looks in the state machine. Inside the state machine, it goes to idle, and inside there it says play our warrior idle. We'll be able to now come into here and start adding in transition rules and more states and more options. But for now, that's our starting animation blueprint. Thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing to access more of my Unreal Engine content.